Hey there guys and girls, welcome back to Automation, where we're playing the Lite campaign v3 in our playthrough as the company Milna. And we have released a family sporty car with a soft top version, and we did a facelift and slightly improved on it, and it's just come out. Well, it's actually been out for 2 years now. And yeah, we left off at the last episode where we're going to start a new project. And this time, I think we need to up our game a little bit, but the thing I'm worried about is one of our design pillars is cheap. So it's difficult to make cheap, sporty cars, but we can manage it, I think. So let's create a new project, Gazmia. Okay, so I'm thinking we'll choose this body and we'll make 3 trims. We'll make a sort of family sporty, more family than anything. More utility, I guess. See how the scores come out for these two, and then like a coupe muscle car, and we'd have like a 5-litre engine built for this, and then we'd have like debored and de-stroked version of it for these two. So maybe 5-litre for this and 3.8-litre for these two. See how it goes. See if that works out. Trying to decide whether to go to double wishbone or not. It kind of contradicts the pillar of being cheap, but it semi-trailing arm and solid axle coil. There's no adjustment to ride heights, so I have to wait for McPherson's strut, I guess. It is still the 50s, so I'll call this one the Toranga, and we'll make a brand new engine. Still be a 60-degree V8 push rod. This one's going to be 5 litres by standard. So yeah, we can bring it down to a 3.8 of the variant capacity. But for the first trim, we'll just make it the full bore. That's one thing I forgot to do on the other engine, was change it to dual exhaust. Whoops. So we go for 1 reverse flow muffler, I think, for the muscle car version. Okay, let's see what it sounds like. Only revs to 4,500, but it's got plenty of beef. 184 horsepower, 277 pounds of torque. Be the 50 P8, 50 meaning 50, 5 litre. It's the muscle trim. Go to the engine management and clone. Put this as 38 family. Let's go 37mm stroke and 83.4mm bore. So that should improve reliability and lower end torque and not make it as shouty and arg. Standard intake on. Still need the same fuel setup. Let's lower the ignition timing for 1,800 RPM, so it's good for pulling away with lots of stuff in it. So that means we can raise the compression. There we go. We'll definitely lower the cam profile. See where it sprang back up, 2 jumps at the end here. One more. Bumped up, and then any more it's just choking it off because we're starting to knock. Do it with the compression instead. Yeah, that's a sort of curve you want for more family cars. Still powerful, but low end power rather than revving power, because what kind of family drives around at high revs? Not many. I know a couple. Okay, so we shred off 10 horsepower, which is a good thing. Don't want it to be loud and shouty if it's going to be family suitable. Don't want any knocking now, but we also want to get as much efficiency, even though it is 13.2%. It's not very much. But then this is a V8 pushrod motor, so what do you expect? And we don't want tubular exhaust on here, we want short cast. And we can lower the diameter, give us even more low end torque there. That's good. 120 horsepower, that's about right. Double reverse flow, which will mean we have to change our fuel a little bit. Okay, 107 horsepower. Still, for the application this engine's going into, that's fine. Oh, the exhaust choked off because of the reverse flow, so it has got more in it than that. And it's about there. Ooh, what do we think? That's a lot more. Yeah, we'll choke it slightly because that was a big bump there. It's the kind of thing you want. Smooth power delivery, low end for family cars. Let's see what this sounds like. I wonder if we can lower the, or raise the RPM now actually. Oh, there's no point. Could even just lower it. Slightly concerned that this engine with such a lower capacity will just mean that it just weighs loads and doesn't have enough power. But we'll find out. Okay, so that engine's ready. Well, that engine setup's ready. So we'll set up the factory. Do we stick with the same size? Or should we bump them up? We haven't got a lot of money right now, so we won't bother this time around. Okay, we'll keep these at 50 for now. That's a lot lower cost per units now. Or it might, yes, it might be about the same actually. But because we have experience, so yeah, it's not called variant 1, it's called 50 muscle. Stupid. Okay, configuring the engine to take 60 months. It's pretty decent for a new engine with 2 variants. Okay, that's signed off, so now I have to deal with the trim. Okay, so let's make the family version first, which is the 4-door. Okay, so there she is, the Turunga. This is just the normal family trim. So this would be a 2-speed automatic, I suppose. Yes, I think we'll have to jump up to radial tyres because cross plies are really restrictive. Just bite the bullet and do it. Hopefully it won't bankrupt us. So progressive springs, and it's still scoring better in muscle. Oh, it's because we have the muscly engine at the moment. Now we can go home with the 5 litre and make our sporty version. Okay, so we managed to squeeze out 207 for the muscle car market, which is pretty sweet. Stretching to the fun, family premium, family sport premium, even the city premiums like it. It's not a massive car. Even sport and sport budget are enjoying it. Budget, premium budget as well, doing a pretty decent score there. Not very affordable though, but that's not too bad. They're kind of like a bonus, I guess you could say. So let's see how fast it'll go around the track. And it's a 2:48. So that's our first car into the sub 3 minute times in this campaign. Quite easily as well, by 12 seconds. So that's good. Got that. Pretty nice. Shame about the suspension, but we'll get there. And yeah, I just threw this together quickly, so there's nothing particularly detailed or nice about it. The rear lights are a bit weird, so it's cool. So that's the muscle car trim sorted. We now need to configure our family trim. Now it has the correct motor in it. Okay, so that should be tuned the best it can be. Okay, well, it still scores really well in Family Premium. And Family Sport, not too bad. Family Sport Premium, still pretty good. Pony, very well. So yeah, it shouldn't drown out these markets so much, because we were in Sport and Muscle Premium for the muscle trim. So let's hope we can sell all of these cars. And we'll just see how fast this one goes as well. 248 in the faster trim. 307 in the family trim. That's to be expected. Nowhere near as good handling, because the tyres and the brakes and the... Oh no, the brakes are the same, but the engine, all sorts of stuff. So I think, yeah, it's priced itself away from family too much now. So it's a family premium car, and it scores much better in family premium than it was scoring in family by the time I'd tuned it. So this is all good. It's now family P trim, and muscle, still muscle. Check the markets again for that. Yep, looking nice. Not coming over into these ones too much. A little bit in Fam Sport Premium. That's the only one we're kind of saturating with both trims, I think. So we're going to take over from the production of our previous project, the Danzi, and don't think, no, we decided not to change our factory sizes when we set up the engines. So we still have everything we need, so that should save a lot of time. I've got these ready to make. Costs per unit are a bit lower than they were before. Perhaps we can go up a bit. It does cost a fortune. Let's go up to 55. 7 months that'll take to upgrade those two. Yep, that should be fine. Let's get on with it. Engines are already set up. Oh no, sorry, this is cars now still. So where did we get to? Is it 60 months? Is that what we set the engines up for? Yeah, these two sliders definitely hurt the score a lot if you lower them. Oh no, that... yeah, it depends, I guess. Okay, that's a bit of a tight one, but yeah, it should be okay. Not much learning at all. 60 months, yeah, that's fine. At least we can learn something from this and make them reliable too. Okay. Wow. Wow. This is predicting very, very good sales, so that's excellent. Let's keep the shifts the same and push on. So yeah, there's our trims, looking very nice. Basic, but nice. So let's sign off. The Taranga and the 50P8 projects ready to go. So let's have a look at how we're doing here. So let's look at the markets. So what's this telling us? This is telling us how many cars we've sold to each demographic in this section, and this is how many of the people in that demographic did I sell to. If it's 100%, it means everybody who wanted to buy a muscle car, who's wanted to buy a muscle car so far. Or is it the last month? Might be in the last month. Total sales to demographic, percent of total market sold to. So yeah, everybody has bought my car who wanted a muscle car. 83.64 people who bought my car who wanted a sports budget car, and so on. And so yeah, we've sold a lot of pony, muscle, even muscle premium cars to those markets. I mean, this is showing us how many people are actually there and how much they grow over the last year. So, or how much they shrank, how many people have joined that market or left. So some of these markets are very small, some of them don't even exist yet, like Hypercar, of course. Lite Sport Premium comes out after Hypercar, okay. Interesting. And awareness, this is another handy one. This is telling you how much over the month your awareness has changed in those markets, as in how aware the people in these demographics are of your company. How likely are they to choose or even look at or consider your cars? So yeah, they are going up slightly. But yes, average awareness is quite low. But yep, that will change as we sell more and more into these same markets. And this just tells you how much they have to spend and how much around it that figure they have. So also we need to check in with our tech pool and consider investing into better quality into our projects. So what sort of things do we want to improve on? Because these values allow you to have technologies unlocked earlier than they would normally be. So the higher investment you put into a certain type will mean you will get those technologies earlier. Once you've researched for long enough, it will build up a value, and I think for every one extra than one is a year earlier than it would normally be, if that makes any sense. So yeah, we want to consider upping and researching into stuff. Exhaust, quite a cheap one. Let's put +3 into that. We have to come back and turn it back down. Now people are liking our interiors, so we'll put some money into that as well, I think. They like nice interiors in our sort of cars. Suspension, yeah. So yeah, 200k to start with, I think that's per month. But yeah, we don't want to go crazy. Right, so let's whisk on time through the engineering, keep an eye on these sales. Oh, we are losing money. Oh, but we're engineering, so that's why. And the market just crashed. And we have lots of cars built up here. Let's pause a minute. 30 months. Yep, that's enough to last us till the end. So let's pause that. So we're not making any of the soft top trims anymore because we have 30 months worth of stock to sell, and we only have so many years. Unless we could just build up stock actually and then continue selling them, because soft tops are timeless. So let's actually just build up more stock. At least we're still selling the sports trim, the family sport trim. Let's just watch this. Should be, yeah, oh, yeah. It's going all over the place. Now it's going up like crazy because our scores are much lower, and we're building up stock of both cars. Right, so we have loads of the soft top trims to sell. 5 years worth of stock, just over. A little bit of stock from the sports, they should go quite quickly. And yes, our first release has not been too good since the market is plummeting right now. And our engine factory is being overworked. So it's struggling to keep up. Okay, so I'm not sure what I can do about that at the moment. But let's just play on slowly. See our money situation going crazy up here. So we're selling off stock from the previous car, the Dancy, and the Dancy 2 I should say, and yes, now we're making some money from the Toranga trim, and wow, that's a lot of money. And that was just in time as well. We were about to hit 0 millions then, but yeah, that's huge profits at the moment, especially because we're selling both different cars. And market's still plummeting. It's hopefully going to come back up very soon. Okay, it's coming back up, but very shallow, very slowly. But we are making quite a bit of money. But yes, we are probably going to have to wait till 65 before starting the next project because we have not a lot of money. Oh, $41 million in taxes. It's the only trouble with making so much cash. You have to give a good wedge of it away eventually. Market's starting to rise nicely again. Okay, so we've reached 1965. The family premium's not doing as good with its score, but the muscle car's still quite favourable. Even though we have a little bit of stock built up, only a little bit though. and the market is on the rise again, but I'm sure by the time we've designed another car and engineered it, it will crash again. But that's the nature of this. The markets are very all over the place, which is good. So yeah, I think I'll call it for this episode. We've got the Taranga. I don't think I'll do a facelift for this one. I'll just go to the next car and then something else. But we'll do something similar, family premium and muscle probably. But yeah, thanks for joining me on this automation Lite campaign episode, and I hope to see you in the next one. See you later.